Thank you for coming.
Okay.
Thank you for being my guest.
Thanks for inviting me here, first of all. And that was such a nice, what do you call it? I don't even
Pierogi.
Pierogi was so good. Okay. And it's pleasure coming here. And thanks for calling me, making me your first guest on the YouTube video. And everyone, please do watch. And please support Yulia, and she's creating pretty good contents.
Thank you. Well, and also you boosted my confidence as a chef because you like my food, and that is something I really appreciate. You know, not lots of people do this. How would you describe yourself?
Yeah.
Few words.
This is a pretty. It's a simple question, but it's very
not
complicated.
Simple. Yes.
Yeah, it's complicated. I would say, like as my profession, I'm a co-founder of a company called as 45 Labs, and I'm more of a techie plus businessman who wants to help influencers. I wouldn't say influencers, content creators. Build better contents. So we are helping them by providing them tools. So that's what I'm currently into.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's professionally.
Yeah.
And as a human.
As a human, I'm more of a philosopher.
Okay.
So you will see my more philosophy in this particular video.
That's what we like.
Yeah. that's about it. I think you'll get to know me throughout the video.
Okay.
Who am I?
Okay.
I think
Philosopher
that
Sandesh. Sounds good. So when, how, and why did you decide to become entrepreneur? Did you have a corporate experience? Because that's what happens to many people. They go to the corporation, they hate it. Okay, I want to be entrepreneur, and they become entrepreneur.
I would say it wasn't like I used to build stuff since a long time back, and I would give the credits to my brother because he was a software engineer who gave me this channel so that I can move into this particular segment, and I used to build stuff even when I was a kid. So that made me build stuff, and when I worked for IBM into the corporate, when I talk about corporate segment, I worked at IBM for almost 2.5 years. But even when I was working for IBM, I used to build stuff offline.
Okay.
Like when I go home, I build stuff, and
So you always had this
startup, yeah. It's more of that. And when I felt I should drop out from IBM because I had a student loan which I had to pay back. So I felt I should. When I finished my student loan, I thought I should cut down from IBM. Then I moved on to my own business.
Okay. And what do you like most about being entrepreneur?
Everything.
Everything. Okay.
It's challenging. It's challenging. I like challenges. I like everyday new challenges. So when you are entrepreneur, why do you people put out a tagline as entrepreneur? Entrepreneur do not have a job title. You have to be a techie, you have to be a businessman, you need to know legal, you need to know how to communicate, you need to know how to talk to investors.
Take the full responsibility.
Yes, you need to know how to build a team, you need to know hiring, you need to know human resource. So entrepreneurship is not about one specific job role. So it's about plethora of stuff you're doing every single day.
And that's so different from the corporate, right? When you apply for a job and you see, okay, the list of requirements and list of responsibilities.
Right.
And every day you're strict up to that list.
Exactly.
And I guess for you, you don't have any list. It's just everything that might come up on your way.
Yep, totally true.
Sounds cool. You mentioned in the first 10 seconds of our conversation about your business, and I guess this is like a baby for you, the 4 or 5 labs. So can you tell us what idea do you have? What kind of business you do right now? Where are you currently at? Like the stage, do you have revenue? How do you grow?
Okay.
Tell us more about it.
So as I said, I'm into the influencer segment because my co-founder is an influencer herself. She has pretty good followers back in her social media. And what exactly we are currently building is we are helping influencers communicate with their community or the audience at scale. So that's what we are currently working on. So our bigger vision is to build AI tools for influencers. That's what we are working on. This idea we got it because from my co-founder, because she is an influencer, she felt this problem, she felt the need of it. So it's more like I build it, she tested, and we give it to the audience, like give it out to the market.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you are building the artificial intelligence tool
Yeah.
for the influencers to engage and communicate with their audience automatically.
Not automatically, semi-automatically. When you do automatically doesn't add that persona. Like it doesn't give the influencers their own words. Like for example, influencer have to engage with their community. It has to be an authentic communication.
Yes,
that's the right word.
So how do you make this sound authentic?
Because they have a history. Influencers have a history of communication with their audience.
Like comments.
Yeah. Okay. Everything. We grab all those data from all the social media and we build a persona-based reply system.
Okay, so it's like a smart system, smart reply, and he knows how would that person reply to the message.
Yes, that's what we
do. Okay, and what's the scale? Is there any limit up to how many comments can you cover, or?
No limit as of now. There's no limit as well, because it's left to the influencer how many comments or how many messages they want to respond back to.
Okay, sounds so cool, because I guess engagement is one of the biggest things that the influencers need to have.
You have to, because you have to maintain the audience is becoming intelligent. Okay, they are not dumb enough now, and you have to engage with them to maintain your community. So that's the key stuff even in the future. So it's not only just creating content, it is just engaging with your community. You have to answer their queries. You need to know whether that query is from either other influencer, or it can be from a brand as well. Brand is trying to collaborate with you, or it can be a question related to the brand, what you are wearing on that particular post. So you have to be very cautious, and you have to be very you have to respond back to that community which is asking the right questions.
What if the comment that the user leaves, is it possible that your AI will not find any match, let's say? What if they don't understand? What if it doesn't understand the comment? What if it's like a sensitive comment, a bad?
Yeah, that's what. So we are not a bot. We are not a chat bot. Like it doesn't answer automatically. So it's left on the user consent. You mean to say, for example, what you see on Gmail now, Gmail predicts a reply and it gives you, right? It gives you
I like it. Actually.
Exactly, the same stuff we have built for influencers. So we are predicting and we are giving them like 4 options.
Okay.
So, and also when you start typing, we predict what you are planning to type.
Okay.
So it's entirely left to you whether you want to engage with them in one click.
Okay.
So it's not automatic.
You show them 4 options and you just click and then
it's gone.
Okay.
And also when you had a very valid point, like whether it's a sensitive content, sensitive comment. So we have a categorization as well, because this influencer, they receive more than 400-500 messages in a minimum in a day.
Yeah.
And they need to know which is a sensitive message, which is a priority message, which is a message from a brand, which is a message it's just an appreciation. So we tell them, we classify it, and we tell them that this is a sensitive data, this is a prioritized data. So it's totally easy for the influencers to engage back.
Makes sense. Sounds like definitely a unique idea. But at that point, how did you validate your idea? How did you know that you will have enough clients, or what about competitors? Did you make a market research?
We did do a pretty good market research. We did a market research sample of 100, because my co-founder, she has a pretty good connections with all the influencers, and also we did some market research in Canada and US, and we found out, we gave a pretty basic minimal viable product initially, and people started using it. And later on, even we figured out that our competitor recently we got to know that our competitor, they recently raised $35 million.
Ooh.
Yeah, so they're far ahead from us, but that's why I'm heading to US sooner.
So now your main idea is to get more funding?
Yes, I want to scale the team, I want to scale the market as well, because when you say scaling, engaging with their audience, currently we support only English. So there's a bigger market out there. It's not only English.
Yes, for sure.
There's a Chinese, there is, like in India, there are so many languages. So we have to scale the team, and we have to give the influencers the right tool.
Okay, so scaling now is like your priority.
Right.
Okay. I'm sure as entrepreneur, sometimes you have moments when you feel like, okay, that's the end. I don't want to do anything.
Yeah.
But you still keep on trying, right? So what keeps you motivated in the darkest days of your life?
Well, this is a very good question. It's a because this was like for me. It's not a. It's been almost like 4.5 years since I left my job and got into entrepreneurship. This was a very tough question for me every single day. But what I figured out is that there is a destiny. I believe in destiny.
Okay.
Like it's written. Everything is written. So
we start your philosophy.
so what I felt was that previously, whatever things whatever things had happened with me, it happened for a reason. So even if it was for my low in my life, okay, when I had a low, there were circumstances. It gave me a certain learning so that I became that successful.
Yes.
Okay, and whenever I go low now, and that's what I think, that this can be that same low which will take me higher, even more higher.
Okay.
So as simple, I would say, this is a philosophy again. See, like a bird, okay, how it starts flying, like it goes into the tree, okay, and it initially jumps out of the tree, it comes down, then it flies up. So it's a similar way even entrepreneurship.
Yes.
So there will be lows.
You cannot go up without going down.
Going down.
Okay.
Yeah. And when you feel that low, you just sleep. You just ignore that. Tomorrow will be fine, obviously.
Okay.
You just have to give time.
So you accept your emotion, you accept your state. Okay, life is horrible in this second, but it will get
better tomorrow. That's it. That's it. This is how I believe it.
Okay, well, I follow the same philosophy. Totally makes sense. In terms of like, so this is more about like depression and sadness. In terms of stress, it can be stressful sometimes. It can be crazy, almost every day. Do you have any stress management tools? Do you meditate? Do you go out? Do you play soccer? I don't know. How do you cope with stress?
I meditate.
Okay.
So it's been almost like 6 months since I started meditating. So again, it's about consistency. So even meditation is it's very simple, and it calms you down. Like you can't expect any results out of meditation. If you try to expect any result from meditation, you are not doing meditation rightly.
Okay, so no expectation.
No expectation
is the key. Is it your key just to meditation or everything? No expectation.
Yeah. I would say this is one of the things. Like I don't expect any. Like I used to expect a lot from previously. But
from what? From business, from people,
from everything.
From everything.
People, it's extreme. Yeah.
Especially you. I know.
So
always, hitting this wall.
True. So I would say expectation hurts you very badly. So if you stop expecting, it's very hard. In certain conditions, you obviously have to expect. But once you stop expecting, I would say that's the key.
Okay. Yeah. So relying on the destiny, relying on the flow, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I did not even have a plan to come to Canada and do a business here.
Yeah.
I just
follow the flow.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so meditation.
Yeah.
Sleep.
Yep. Sleep 8 hours.
No expectations.
No expectations.
Okay, very close.